Oh boy. Whoa. Whoa. Get on it. I'm talking about. Whoa. Let's go get them. Let's don't play with it. Let's do it. Whoa. Okay. Well, good morning, folks. It's Richard Gene the Fishing Machine here. I hope y'all can see me well. What I mean is my camera is starting to fog over on the inside. Brand new camera too. Now I don't know, it's just extra cold out here. Right now it's about 30 degrees. The wind is blowing. Last night a major front came through, and I mean, it's a good one, folks. It's going to warm up to about 40 degrees today. It is cold. Now yesterday, well, it was about 65 for the high, and the low was around 48. And that's been about where we've been at. But now, winter time, I'm going to say, is here. It's here. When that happens, what I do is I like to use underspins. And two of my favorite colors are chartreuse, which I'm talking about the head now, and red. Those two are my two favorite. And what I do is I love to use 1/32 of an ounce if I can. Little bitty ones, and short baits on the back of them. Now after a cold front, crappie will hit these baits, and they'll usually hit a jig too, but I'm going to say that they hit this bait better for me a lot of times. And the type of tackle I like to use, well, this is a light action crappie slayer made by Duckett. It's so cold I can't talk, folks. 6.5 foot long, light action. In fact, this is the rod I've been using in creeks with Nico Helgramites. It's a perfect rod for both situations. And the reel is a Johnny Mars 2000 size Daiwa. Great little reel for it, but I have it loaded up with 8-pound test high-vis braid and a 6-pound fluorocarbon leader, and that's all I'm doing, except for I'm not tying a loop knot in this 6-pound test line. I want to get all the strength that I can out of the line. I'm using a Palomar knot. These underspins are made to order for frontal conditions. Usually around here, this neck of the woods, it takes about 2 to 3 days after a major front before the fish really start biting good. Some fronts affect fish a lot more than others. I don't really think personally this is a bad front, because these fish are biting awful good. Today that hit a jig or anything, I mean, they're reacting to this bait right here in a very aggressive way, so I'm sure they would hit a jig too. But I love fishing underspins from about when the water temperature reaches around 60 degrees down to around 50. I like that temperature. That blade, that little bitty blade, gets the job done, and especially for big crappie. Big crappie just loves this bait right here. And the way I work it, well, it's simple. Just make a cast. I know these fish are around 5 foot deep, so I'm going to count down to 5, which that bait's about 5 foot deep right now. 5 seconds, because a 1/32 ounce falls about a foot a second. I'm getting nips right here. Now, I don't think that's crappie. I believe that could be a little white bass or something like that. But a crappie will knock the fire out of an underspin. It'll just be boom. No doubt about it. A hard thump. There he is. That fish hit it on the fall. That's a good one. That is a good one right here. About the time I was fixing to start my retrieve, that fish hit. Oh, that's a beautiful crappie right here, folks. Y'all look at him right there. Look at this beautiful fish right here. Beautiful markings. Oh my goodness. Now that is a pretty fish right there. Woo. I love to catch the crappie. I'm telling you, an underspin to get the job done after fronts. There's no doubt about it, but what a beautiful, beautiful fish. Look at that. It looks like somebody just took a Sharpie magic marker and just painted down the center of that fish, don't it? Let's let him go. Ain't that pretty? I love catching those. I don't catch a whole lot of them, but every once in a while I do, and when I do, I appreciate it. To me, it's a blessing.
I don't know why he picks his booters all the time. Watch those pants.
There's a fish. Oh, that's a good fish. That's another big crappie. I started off catching little bitty ones, folks, and I thought that's the way it was going to be. Oh boy, I was wrong. I was bad wrong. We might be able to flip him in here. Yeah. Look how he eat that bait. I don't know how many big crappie I've caught on underspins through the years, but I mean, I have caught some big ones, folks. This one right here ain't no super big one. He's probably about 10 and a quarter, 10 and a half inches. He's a good fish, but some of the biggest crappie I've ever caught has been on underspins. Let's let him go. Go on back, boy. All right. They're still about 5 feet deep. Those are a big school of gizzard shad right there. And they're around these gizzard shad. They stay around these big schools of gizzard shad. Look here. Look here. See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about, folks? They'll get right in amongst them big gizzard shad a lot of times when they're schooling that way. This is a big one. This is a big crappie right here. Mule. I am catching some mules out here now. We'll have to show this one to y'all. This is a healthy fish. Look at here. My. This is a good and doggone. It's a doggone good. And why? Because I'm using underspins. It's that simple. And we'll talk about that here in a second. Now that is a big old healthy crappie right there. That's a big one. Why is this underspin so effective? Why does it work so good, especially this time of year? This time of year, these crappie are really bunching up. They're schooling up. They're schooling up following schools of little bitty shad like that. About the size of this underspin. Not only that, crappie feed up, and when they see that spinner, which is on the bottom of that underspin spinning, they can't help to think that it's a shad. They're gonna eat it. It's that simple. Whoa! All right. I don't know. Sometimes I scare myself, folks. I do. It's cold right now that, I mean, Hey, I love it. There's nothing like the sport of fishing. The Lord has blessed me to be out here yet another day. Let's catch another one. Whoa!
Hey, boy, you catch any fish over there?
Chartreuse. This chartreuse head and this crappie magnet is what I have in behind it is working best right now. They're eating it. They're eating it real good. So I'm just letting that bait fall down 5 feet. It's real deep right by the bank. Once it gets to 5 feet, I bring it back real slow and I miss one. They haven't changed depths yet. They're still at 5 feet. Usually you don't miss them. When they hit an underspin, like I said, they hit it to have it. There he is. Doggone mule. Another one. I don't know how long these old big crappies going to stay here, but I am having some fun right here, folks. My goodness, look at him wallering right there. Now it makes a difference on the head. I started off with a red one, a red-headed underspin, and then changed to a chartreuse. Now the head color does matter, I think. You know, there's a lot of opinions when it comes to fishing, and mine are just like anybody else's. Just an opinion. But that's a pretty black crappie. Let's let him go. Thick, healthy fish. Let him go right there. Yeah, he got them jaws unlocked. Sometimes if you handle them a little bit rough, their little jaws will lock. And they'll have to shake their head to get them unlocked. There's one. Boy, that's a good fish right there. My goodness. Stay on there. I'll tell you what, that's a good one right there. And the way he hit it. Let's let him wear out. I don't think he's hooked too good, folks. Yeah, he is. He's hooked good. I'm gonna net him though. That's an awful big crappie. The way he hit that was special. It was just a dead weight. Just a dead weight. Golly, what a crappie. Man, oh man, oh man. That's 3 old big ones I could have had. 3 big ones. On this old bad cold day, doggone it. We have fish in the freezer. There's no need in keeping no more than what we need. But that is a big, nice fish right there. Go on back. Yes, it's underspin time. There's no doubt about it. And I've shown how I modify. I always modify my baits. I do that because I know what I need out here, folks, to catch fish. And bait modification is very, very important if you want to catch a lot of fish. Well, folks, I'm going to tell you what, it was a lot of fun, but I'm fixing to head on in. I should have brought my coveralls out here, so this is a short trip. But I'm going to tell you, we're going to do a lot more underspin fishing, because underspins are a type of bait that has unique qualities that will catch fish, especially crappie, tough conditions, and very tough conditions. I want to say God bless each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for all the great comments. Hey, it's fixing to get cold. It's winter time, and I love. Woo. remember, go fishing when you can, because it's good